Hello. Hi. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Anyway, hi. How's it going? I had no idea what to say. Welcome back to Beacon Pines. We are on chapter 5. We just had a really heartfelt, rain-induced, screaming moment with Beck. It was really, really good. Good for both of our characters, and I think that it was a bit of a bonding experience for both of them as well. So, now the rain has subsided, and we are heading home. Luca is on his walk home, and we are at the start of chapter 5, which is...
Friendly Feud.
Let's continue our beautiful little story here.
The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things.
That is the best smell. The smell in the air after it rains, the smell of the woods after it rains.
Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone.
Wow.
Not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
And now we must catch up with Rollo at the treehouse. The night skies in these games, they have that little, I don't know if it's like a galaxy kind of space gas effect. It's so pretty. I didn't even notice somebody standing over there. Hello. How you doing, Dawn? How is the sweet little Dawn? Oh, I was able to interact. There we go. Hey, Dawn. Tracking down a lead?
You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Shepherd Valentine died, he left behind a particular last will and testament, dearie.
Try it again. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do it. I can. I think that's from SpongeBob. I think that's when Patrick. Oh yeah. It's when SpongeBob's like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do it. Or is that? No, I need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. That's what I was thinking of. Is there another one that's like? You let me know. I'm just gonna continue talking to myself in this room and misquoting SpongeBob all over the place. It's great. It's great.
I need it. It turns out, when Shepherd Valentine died, he left behind a particular last will and testament.
Particular how?
He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions.
Like what?
The document stipulated that Ernest had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age.
Oh, Dawn's... what? Wait, I thought Dawn was older. I thought Dawn was an adult looking for a job. That's why she worked at the newsstand. Look at this little distinguished fucking young entrepreneur over here. I didn't know this about Dawn. I love this character even more. I didn't know Dawn was 12. I gotta be honest. I mean, she's the same height as all the children characters, so no shit now that I think about it. But I just was oh, she's a bat. She's tiny. But she's an adult. I totally forgot this little detail. This character is still my favorite character. This doesn't change anything. It only makes me like her more. But I can't believe I just didn't remember this. I just feel so stupid. I'm probably not going to include any of this because it just makes me look like a rambling idiot. But and it makes me look like I've never played this fucking game. But I just didn't remember that little detail. I say this character is my favorite character, yet I don't know that she's the same age as the main character. Oh my god, I feel like such a fake fan. Jeez. Anyway, not going to include any of that, but holy shit. Oh, wow. Oh my god.
A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer.
Solomon?
Bingo.
So Ernest was forced to take care of him.
or she would have lost everything.
Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid?
Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats.
That explains the way Ernest treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find out all of this?
A good reporter never reveals her sources, Luca.
Interesting. So, we know that Solomon had to be taken care of by the Valentine estate. Well, Ernest had to take care of him. So, that's weird. Why would her father, who died... I don't know. That's weird. Why would her father, who died, make her take care of some kid? That's weird. I'd better not dilly-dally. Gotta go to the treehouse. Alright, I won't dilly-dally. To the treehouse I go.
Wee! Making my way downtown, jumping fast. I'm a little lamb named Luca, and I'm and I need you. And I
Oh, we have interactions happening. Yugi boy. I fucking hate that that's how I have to start that every fucking time. In order to get into character, in order to get his voice right, because I can't just do that voice. I can't. I like, if I have to, like, go from my voice, I have to do something to just, like, throw my voice into the right, like, place. And every fucking time I have to start from cold, I just go, Yugi boy. It's so perfect. Yugi boy. Excuse me, what are you doing? And now he's pissed, so, you know, he's not going to have all that all that draw in his voice. He's not going to have any of that because he's furious. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume that means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir? I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much so. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna go fucking back to say sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. Then we all gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we got sleepy. Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work. I try to make them little mini Pegasuses, but it doesn't work because of the, like, sharpness of the, because I want them to kind of be, like, stuffy and nervous, but I will try. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. I loved how I jumped into frame. That was so cute. Forget what they're talking about. It's adorable how I jumped into frame. Alright. Rollo. Oh. Oh, the remnants of the mistaken seltzer. Oh. I think we're good for now, though. Rollo, are you still there? I'm sorry. Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back, never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
Ugh. The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad, and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house, and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know? While I was waiting, I made some upgrades to Mission Control. It was gonna be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care about your ass. You ass? Sorry, I do care about your ass. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you won't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa is still around.
The words hung in the cold night air.
Oh no.
Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it! Oh no. Our good little friends. Poor little friends. They don't need to fight like this. I don't think we interact with anything. I think we just... Oh, wait.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Her ball. Rollo. What a jerk! Call me a bad friend? Oh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. I think I can just keep kicking the ball around the room. I don't think there's any more voice lines. I think my other option is to go to bed. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Much like myself on those long days. Bed always seems nice. I get it, Luca. I get it. Been there. I'm sure plenty of you have been there as well. It's a shitty place to be when all you want to do is sleep. Makes you not focus on the depressing, sad moment that's happening. Let's think about the fact that we're learning. We're learning. These kids are growing. And our characters are developing. And let's see what happens. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Weep. Sad little Luca.
Luca.
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you all right?
I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet.
Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things.
Okay.
I'll be back later to check in.
Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone.
Been there.
He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
And then immediately gets up. Relatable. It's finally alone time. I bet Rollo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Kicking it all over the place. Kick that ball. And if we try to leave, because I know that's what I was thinking and what you were all probably thinking, if Rollo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him, he can shove it. And so, our only option is to go back to bed.
Off again.
Just back to bed.
Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal.
Wasn't hungry.
Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too.
Thanks.
Rollo came by.
What did he say?
He wanted to talk to you.
What did you say?
I told him you weren't feeling well.
Good.
So, your plan is to just sit in your room all day?
Pretty much.
Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside...
Gran just, fuck it, boom, roasted. Boom, roasted, Luca. Luca just gotta put on blast. Luca on blast. You pity party having ass bitch, get the fuck out of bed. No, I'm just joking. I am just joking. I love how I've been there, and then I'm like, oh, fuck you, you fucking lazy piece of shit, get the fuck out of bed, you just got roasted, you pity party having ass motherfucker. It's all a joke. These are fictional characters. I think it is an appropriate time to say that depression is a very serious topic. I have dealt with it. I feel like other people are dealing with it. It is a miserable thing to deal with. My heart goes out to anybody who has or is there, and there's nothing you can say. Like, I don't feel like there's anything other than I hope that anything, my words, my voice, whatever, even if just having someone around, having on a voice in the background, if that brings you any type of happiness, joy, comfort, support, anything, even if it just helps you just focus, even if it just helps you think, like, again, that's a good thing. Those are good things for you. Continue to appreciate those good things. That's all. I've dealt with depression. I've had a sibling, my sister Stephanie, who dealt with depression as well. And it's affected us both very differently. And I've had friends who dealt with depression and dealt with it with drug use and with self-harm and other means. And I've seen what it does to people. I've seen what it does to whole family groups. And I've seen what it does to people differently. It affects people differently is what I'm trying to say. I've seen how it affects people differently. And so to anyone out there dealing with any type of depression, any level, just make sure you get the things that make you feel like yourself again. You're getting those things. You're doing the little things. Just remember, I hate that bullshit. Oh, it gets better. It gets I hate that everybody's blanket statement is, oh, it gets better, because it doesn't get better overnight, and it doesn't get better quickly, and it doesn't get better unless you start finding the things that will start to make it better for you. Some people, that's, reconnecting with others. For some, that's seeking help in therapy. Some people, that's medication, prescribed medication. And for some people, that's just really focusing on your goals in your life and being yourself. And I'm sorry to get this deep, but I feel like I've just been kind of making a few jokes, and I just wanted to take a moment to say very seriously, depression is real, And it is a real problem, and it really, really fucking sucks. And to everyone and anyone out there who is dealing with it, who hears this, just know you're most certainly not alone. And even something like, I know some people, it's like, oh, well, I just stay locked in my room all day. And it's like, it's fine. That's fine. Do what you need to. Get yourself together and do whatever it takes. And if that means sitting at home, if that means lying in bed, that's okay. That's okay. It's not like one day is going to make a enormous difference. It just matters that you take care of yourself. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say is you're all lovely people. You're all wonderful people out there. Just take care of yourselves is all I want for the world. So I just want people to be able to take care of themselves. And I know that's a whole different discussion as far as, taking care of yourselves and what that means. But you know what I mean in this instance, right? Take care of yourself. Get the help you need. Surround yourself with the things that bring you back, and just try to make those little tiny baby steps. And if you do, and if you stumble backwards, it's okay. It's okay to take one step forwards and two step backs. Depression is a fucking cycle. It's not like it's just gone. Just because you have a good day here and a bad day, just because you get out of a bad, time doesn't mean it's gone. It's something it's something we all live with. So I'm getting a little existential, so I'm going to kind of get back to the story. But I just wanted to say that is a very important talking point to me. And I care about all of you is really what I want to put out into the world, is that it is real and we need to support each other. So I hope you all get the sentiment behind my voice, because I'm like choking up a little bit right now, and I shouldn't be, because it's like I'm hypothetically thinking about a very serious topic, and I think you can all kind of fill in the blanks. I can't say that specific word, but you know what I mean. Like, that is the last option. If you feel like you don't fucking matter, you matter to me. Like, you fucking matter to me. Like, I don't, even though I've never met you, I've never talked to you, you fucking matter to me. Like, I know that sounds crazy. Like, how could a stranger care about somebody? I fucking care. And I know it sounds crazy. Like, that makes no sense. How could you care? How would you care? Why would you care? You have a human life. You don't want to harm other human life. You don't want to use your beliefs to diminish other human life. So you are a value. You are a human life. You are value. You are loved, and you fucking matter. So I will get back to this game. I just wanted to take a moment to say that. Very serious talking point. And now that I've taken the seriousness from this conversation, I would like to also bring back in Grandeary. Because if you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Yeah, dealing with the shit is the hardest part. Dealing with the problem is the worst. There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Oh, you gotta kick the ball that way. Oh, come on. Just kick that way. There we go.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Ooh, their favorite comic book. The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read.
That was him opening the cover. Yes, that was the sound of the cover opening, not me belching off mic.
Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art.
Ooh.
Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house.
Oh, really?
Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind.
I did that as a kid. I would swap my story time. Okay, this episode is all stories. Very serious conversation, and now a story. As a kid, I had a best friend growing up. His family was actually from the Philippines, and we grew up next to each other, and I think he went to a private school. You know, we didn't go to school together or anything, but whenever we weren't in school, we were spending time together. We would hang out at each other's houses. We'd sleep over. We'd do we'd sleep over at each other's houses during the week, which was like, you don't do that. Like, you don't sleep over at a friend's house during the week. Like, what? Like, we did that because he could get up and go to school, and I could get up and just hop on the bus, and we lived right next door to each other, so it really wasn't that big a deal. Anyway, we did this all the time. We used to specifically buy games together. Like, we would sit down, I'm going to date myself here, but Nintendo GameCube, right? The Nintendo GameCube was like the fucking, it was the best console. We were both obsessed with the Nintendo GameCube. So we would specifically buy games together. So for example, he bought Wario Land, right? The Wario World. I don't know if it's Wario Land or Wario World, the N64 Wario game. And I bought Smash Bros. Melee. And we would go back and forth. So he would be like, oh, I want this one and this one. And I'd be like, okay, you get that one and I'll get this one. And he'd be like, perfect. And then what we would do is we would just like basically pool our collected games and like have them together. Like I would give him mine, he would give me his, and we would trade back and forth. Like it was amazing. It was a great excuse to go over to your friend's house. Additionally, when, we kind of turned into teenagers and stuff, and like, or not, as we got older, like, maybe around 10 years old, and he was moving away right before roughly middle school. So around that like 11-ish mark, 11, 12 years old. And so he was moving away and we needed to like divide up the games again. And I thought like, I was so worried that we were going to like fight and argue and it was going to be like a real nasty thing, like where we were like not rude to each other, but like, oh, I want that. No, I want that. It was like, easiest thing. Like it was just like, no, that one's yours, this one's mine, that one's yours, this one's mine. And I just remember like saying to Mikey, like I just remember being like, do you want any of these? And him just being like, I'd really like Mario Party. And I was just like, you take it. And I just like, as a kid, I was just like, take it. And he was like, are there any of these that you want? And I was like, nah, you keep them. And there were games like as a kid I could have been like, oh yeah, I want Wario World or Wario Land or whatever because I love that fucking game. But I was like, nah, you keep him. Because I knew that I went to public school and I had a bunch of different friends come over, hung out with a bunch of different kids in the neighborhood, and I had a lot of big friend groups and stuff like that. But I never got to hang out with any of Mikey's other friends. So I wondered if he had a lot of friends. So I'm not trying to like say like, oh, he had no other friends. Like he obviously had other friends. But I just felt like he didn't have like a best friend. So it was really like sad when he left. And so yeah, Mikey, childhood best friend, who I shared N64 and GameCube games, and you could not separate us, and it was a really sad moment when he left, but I just cherished the memories that we had, and I cherished the moment. I cherished when he left because I was worried we were going to fight and be upset with each other, and it wasn't. It was a great time. And so, let's finish out this story.
But it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca, another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modwell. Modwell. Is it Modwell or Modwell? I don't know. She didn't tell me her name. She just wrote it down. And I don't know how to pronounce it. She said you met yesterday?
What did she say? Is she here?
She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today.
Oh.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in?
Maybe later.
All right, then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse.
Oh boy. Here it comes. Here it comes. And so this is going to be, I'm going to adjust the audio. Enjoy this beautiful, quiet dream. And please, I encourage you, close your eyes and listen.
He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour. Make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
Anything you want to talk about?
I don't feel like talking.
That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter.
But he...
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other.
But he said stuff about Dad.
Well, do you think he meant it?
No. He was just mad.
And did you mean any of the things that you said to him?
No.
Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst.
Oh, accepting a hug in such a cute drawing.
Now, get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you?
I guess not.
Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize.
But he's the one that...
What did I just say?
Buy him a corn dog.
That's a good boy. Everything's better with a corn dog.
I'm not... I'm not gonna say it. But why Gran like corn dogs so much? Oh my goodness. My mind has been twisted. Anyway.
I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain.
Fountain in that voice is weird. That's the other thing, is sometimes I don't even like mess up reading. It's just hard to say those words and the voices and think of how the character would say those words. So
I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch.
all right.
I love you, Luca.
I love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6.
And a great place to end this episode. Got into some very serious talking points as well as some fun stories. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed this story. And I hope you all are having a good time. We're gonna go hopefully talk to Rolo and introduce back and make things right and figure this out and be friends again. I'm gonna stop it there because I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop that right there, you hear me? Anyway, I hope you all guys, I hope everyone out there is having a great day. You're doing well. If you're not, trust me, I get it. Been there. And I hope you're all taking care of yourselves, you beautiful, beautiful group of internet users. So, as always, I hope you take it all easy. Take it easy? Take it all easy? Jesus Christ, I can't speak English apparently. Take it easy, and peace.